The first film in Phase 3 comes out next May, and it's called Captain America: Civil War. This film, the third in the Captain America series, which I believe is going to be one of the most unique trilogies of all time. You met him for the first time in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, Sam Wilson, the Falcon himself, Anthony Mackie. Thank you.
What's up, boss? Good to see you, man. Thank you for having me, Kev.
Of course,
I really
thanks for coming out
appreciate it.
here.
Everybody, thank y'all for being here. Doctor Strange looks crazy, right? I mean, that's amazing. That's amazing. But we're here at D23. Thank you guys for having me. We flew all the way from Germany last night, so I'm a little tired. But I made it. But y'all know I'm not the only person to come and introduce Captain America: Civil War, right? I can't come introduce the Civil War without Captain America. That was good. How are you like that? You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Hello. Is this hello?
We're standing.
All right. Hi, everybody.
Oh, keep it. Oh, we're here all day. We're here all day.
Oh man, I'm so happy to be here. I'm a big Disney fan. You know, my whole family. We grew up loving Disney. That was the place we all wanted to go as kids, and to this day, that's my idea of heaven. And it's an amazing experience to be somehow in any capacity involved with them, to be a part of that family. If I'm having a bad day, I go online and just watch. Like, I watch other people's home movies. Like, I'm on YouTube just watching other people's experience at Disney. It's a really fantastic.
And then we go in our trailer and sing the Frozen theme song together.
I'm honored to be here. And if you think we would come this far without actually having some footage
Did you bring
to
some
show
pictures?
you,
Yeah.
Nice.
you'd be crazy.
We cut this together on our computers. It's
it
really
was
rough.
Last minute.
It was.
We learned iMovie on the plane.
We were on set, and I was like, Chris, we need to take our phones, record this, and then bring it to D23 with us.
But I think we did a good job.
It looks pretty good.
I am Devin McNerland from Superheroes, here to tell you what information we do have. Now, I have tried to put up the Civil War trailer, but it is impossible to get up because Disney is very thorough. I will tell you the description, let's say, of the Civil War trailer. So, as I remember it, you see Falcon standing above like some kind of market, and Red Wing comes out like, but Red Wing is not the Falcon that we know in the comics. This time it's like a drone, and not the telepathic Falcon that we all know. Red Wing flies and swoops underneath a white van and scans it. And Falcon says the info to Cap and Black Widow. And Black Widow realizes it's like this kind of battering ram, I guess. And the new Avengers like leap into action. And then you see Falcon just jump off the building and starts like free falling down, and until he extends his wings and flies away. And then you see Black Widow run through the marketplace that we saw in the beginning, And then Cap gets to the van and finds Crossbones, who we saw earlier, who we saw who we kind of saw in Winter Soldier a bit, but it's all like scarred up. And then like Cap and Crossbones starts fighting, and then he like throws him against the wall, and he says, "This is for dropping a building on my face," which I thought was kind of funny. And then Crossbones like has a blade that pops out of his gauntlet, I guess. And he tries to punch Cap, but he dodges, and the blade slams into the side of the building. I'm trying my best here. And then Cap like hits all of his hits like a bunch of Crossbones pressure points, knocking his hand like right out, like knocking his gauntlet off his hand. And then they keep fighting and things happen, and then you see Cap like come up to Crossbones, and then Crossbones, like Crossbones looks at him, looks up, and says, he remembered you, you know, your pal, your buddy, Bucky," which I thought was really really cool. And then the Marvel kind of Studios logo comes on the screen. And then General Ross comes out and speaking to Cap, says, "The world owes you an unpayable debt. A great many people see you as a hero. There are some who prefer the word vigilante. People are afraid." And then Steve says, "The job this job you try to save as many people as you can. Sometimes that doesn't mean everyone." Then and then there's like a bunch of other quick shots. One of them is the Union Jack draped over a coffin. Which is probably Peggy Carter, who dies. And we see Vision in this. It's kind of a newer suit, I guess. Oh, and then we see Black Panther and his claws put up. It's like Wolverine, but it's not really like Wolverine, but it's kind of cool. And then we see the new Avengers, which are like Hawkeye, Scarlet Witch, Bucky. Oh, and we see Ant-Man. Oh, and Ant-Man has just. I'll tell you later because it hasn't come up yet. Oh, and we see just this really really quick shot of Martin Friedman. If you don't know who he is John Watson in Sherlock. Really great show. I suggest you watch it. And then Stark says, kind of over this, says, "We have no boundaries. We're no better than the bad guys," which is kind of the point, the stance that Iron Man takes in Civil War. And if you haven't read the Civil War storyline, it is a great storyline. I suggest you read it, but probably you all have. And then, and then some voices, "What would you call a group of enhanced individuals who inflict their will anywhere they choose?" I'm not sure who says that. And then oh yes, and then Ant-Man. You see Ant-Man come out, If you haven't seen Ant-Man, I love the Ant-Man movie. That movie was one of my favorite MCU titles ever. It is perfect in every way. Um, uh, and I forgot what he said. It was something like, hi Cap. I know a lot of heroes. Um, I know that you know a lot of heroes, and he's all flustered, and then eventually he says, "Thank you for thanking of me," and then he shudders and then says, "Sorry, thank you for thinking of me." Man, that was. I wish I could post it, but I will post all the other information that I can get up a part of this video that you will see later. Another Doctor Strange point that I will talk about later. Let's continue with this, and then oh, and you see Cap asks Bucky if he like uh remembers anything. He said your mother's name was Sarah. You wore newspapers on your feet. Um uh oh, and Hawkeye and Black Widow are battling, and Black Widow says, like, "Are we still gonna be friends after this?" And then Hawkeye says, "Depends on how hard you hit me." And you know, a lot of people don't like Hawkeye in the MCU. I've always liked Hawkeye in whatever, in every single thing. But oh well. oh oh, and this is great. Like Cap's team at the end is uh like the new Avengers. Uh um oh sorry. I'm watching the footage right now. It's kind of funny. Um so the new Avengers are in a car park, and Falcon opens the door of a van, revealing showing Scott Lang sleeping. Oh, this is the part. This is the part. Okay, yeah. This shows Scott Lang, Ant-Man, um, sleeping in the van, and he says like, "Oh my God, you're Captain America." And then he's like furiously shaking Cap's hand. Um, and then you cut to like a wide shot. Say, "I'm shaking your hand too long, aren't I?" And it was such a great scene. All right, so that is all I can give you for the Civil War trailer without posting it. I will try to post it later, but now I will move on to Doctor Strange.
Look at this crowd. Thank you, Al. Thank you very much. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. The question is, what am I going to talk about today? And it seemed to make sense at the end of Phase 2 to talk about the beginning of Phase 3. And I'm going to spend just a few minutes talking about the first two films we have coming up next year in Phase 3. The first one that I'm going to talk about today is called Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange is a project that we've been working on since before the inception of the MCU. The goal of these films is always to continue to expand what a comic book film is, what a Marvel Cinematic Universe film is, and starting the other couple years ago with Guardians of the Galaxy, this year with Ant-Man, next year with Doctor Strange, continuing to push the boundaries of that cinematic universe. A fellow named Benedict Cumberbatch who's playing Doctor Strange. He sent a little greeting just for you guys.
Hello, D23. Oh no, wrong film. It's Benedict Cumberbatch here. I'm very, very, very lucky and very excited to be taking on Doctor Strange from Marvel. And I know you guys are going to get a little early look at some of the work that's already been done on it today. He's an extraordinary character and brings in a whole other dimension, multiple dimensions, to the Marvel universe.
Now, something interesting that was at D23 was the Doctor Strange, I guess, announcement. Benedict Cumberbatch is officially playing it, as we already kind of knew. But now it's official. Another thing that was interesting that he said was that Kevin Feige was talking about expanding the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and then Benedict Cumberbatch said something about multiple dimensions. He said this will add a bunch of dimension. This will add a certain dimension, and he said paused. Said multiple dimensions, which there's this theory going around that not theory. There's this rumor going around that Doctor Strange will add the multiverse to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which poses a theory that the Marvel comic multiverse and the Marvel Cinematic multiverse are two different multiverses, and that's why you don't see them in Civil and Secret Wars and such and so on. But that's kind of interesting. I would love to see if by some miracle of the nerd gods, Fox and Marvel Studios make a deal, that's how they could introduce X-Men. And that would be, and even if they don't make a deal, they could introduce many, many interesting characters via the multiverse. And really cool kind of, or like Doctor Strange meets Doctor Strange, or like Ant-Man Scott Lang meets another version of himself, which would be kind of cool. They could do Spider-Verse. Oh, they could do a Spider-Verse movie. But yeah, that'd be really interesting if the Marvel if the Marvel Cinematic Universe became the Marvel Cinematic Multiverse, and it could connect to like all of these other movies that came out. Maybe even make Fantastic Four better. You maybe and go in to the Fantastic Four movie and punch the Thing right before, or not the Thing. Punch Dr. Reed right before he says, "That's it. I know our name," and then like Cap just comes in and punches him in the face, and then the movie would be all right. All right, that's enough joking around. I think that's all from Doctor Strange. I will get this footage up online, and I'm glad that you joined us for the first episode of the Superheroes' new channel,